Hey guys! I'm doing a spiritual home cleansing session today for Tambra, and this is going to be really interesting. I love connecting with the consciousness of homes. Believe it or not, your home has a consciousness, and when you work in balance with that consciousness, your home can feel like a heavenly healing space. And it's really valuable to take the time to love your home as you would love yourself. And let's hope you're really loving yourself, right? Treat yourself good, treat your home good, and it raises the vibration of everything in your life. So, this session, the request is to remove negative energy and clear the space. So, I'm going to be going into the energetic side of your home today, Tambra. And for those of you who aren't familiar with my YouTube channel, some clients that like to share their distant spiritual healing session openly on YouTube. So this is an actual real live distant spiritual healing session. And I'm going to be doing energy work for Tambra's home today. So thank you, Tambra, for your willingness to share so we can all learn from this experience. And I'm going to relax now and get connected, and we'll just see what comes, okay? This is really exciting. I love doing healings for homes. So, okay. I'm just going to relax my energy field here. Okay, so I'm walking into the home consciousness. The first thing I experience, and this could also be a reflection of you too, but I feel kind of like I'm walking straight into a wall and I'm looking for a way out. And so the wall is white and it looks nice and clean, and it even has a pretty little, there's the wall and then there's some sort of wooden piece that goes up halfway, but it's painted white and it like blends with the wall, but it creates a pretty like texture against the wall. So I'm sort of touching the wall, and it's almost like I can't find my way out. I can't find the door out. So that's the first image I'm experiencing right now. This is very painful and emotionally, and I feel it really in my heart, jarring inside my heart. There's something really not right in this next image here. I have no idea how to describe it. Something like muddy snow, and the snow is melted only in this muddy spot. And it also seems to attract what is a I don't know. This muddy spot is also a pothole full of water and mud, and it feels like I'm stepping into it accidentally. And why did like instead I like why did this happen to me? My half of my pant leg is covered in muddy, watery, cold, melted snow. Out of all the places I could have stepped, it was right here. So I'm having that moment right now, and it's just wrong on so many levels. But that too is another image here that's coming to the surface. So your house is a dynamic space, and oh my gosh, there's a lot of information that seems to be lifted up or projected upward. But if I go down that sort of it's like a tornado shape, right? So if I go down that into the center and to the bottom here, which is a tiny little point, there's something down there. So I'm going to do that. There's all these projected images, like they're projected upward, and here's a nice white image, here's a nice white image, here's a nice white image, here's a nice white image. What's up with all the white clean images? But then we got the muddy pothole, random place, don't step there. Shoot, I just stepped in that. My leg is frozen wet cold. That just sucked. Okay, so what's up with all this? And then I'm going down here in the center. Okay, I'm just gonna go down this like vortex thing to this little point down here. I'm just gonna go down there, and let's see what happens. This keeps saying, keep looking at the pretty white photos, keep looking at the pretty white pictures. It keeps saying that. And it's like, I want to help you feel better. I'm just gonna get straight into this. I'm doing more of I'm looking at you, home consciousness, and I want to help you feel better today. You know what? I've seen this stuff. Let's get on a new page with each other. Let's look at each other eye to eye. What can I do to help you today? Oh, wow. this is a little bit of a trickstery type of energy, like a I want to play games type of energy. And so I've just got to go with it because we got to bring everything into balance here. So anything that feels this way, I need to love it with, without judgment, love with compassion, help it to self realize and bring that into balance. Because trickster energies, yeah, wow, funny, not that funny, not in the spirit realm. It doesn't quite work the same way in the spirit realm. Trickster energies can actually feel kind of almost like life can be okay if I can come up with some sort of a joke that it's not really funny for everybody. It's like the joke's on you kind of feeling, and somehow we just laugh about it. But it's like that wasn't actually funny. It's kind of like the moment where your friends are laughing at you because you took that step into the pothole, but that really wasn't funny. We can work with that in the human world, but in the spirit realm, it actually doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel healthy at all. So this trickster energy is black, and it's kind of a little bit malicious feeling. And it's kind of childlike in a way, and it wants to take me down into the basement is the way it feels. And it's really dark, and it wants to, it just wants to show me something. And so we just go with it. Whether you have a basement or not, it's just all an idea, okay, of the balance of your home. So we're just going to go down here. I don't necessarily feel like there's anything evil down here. It's just emanating like a trickster style, so you don't really know what to believe is the way that it feels. But let's just go ahead and go down here. It's just sort of like for instance, kind of wanting to play a joke like, there's dead bodies buried in your basement and you don't even know it. And I was like trying to plant ideas that could make you feel a little creeped out and actually wonder if that's the truth and never really know for sure if that's the truth. That's what this energy is like. And it's just sort of like, I actually like grounded communication. I don't like to play games. And so what are we looking at here? Are we looking at a reflection of you? Is this your sadness? Is this your sorrow? What's going on with your heart? And so, it's going to get worse before it gets better, okay? So, it's, imagine having a black Twinkie with black juice on the inside, but it's your heart, and it's a lot bigger than a normal heart, and then somebody's squeezing it, and all the black juice comes out, and it's all gushy around a black hand that's all like creepy looking, okay, in a black basement, and everything's all dark and dingy and gross, okay? So that's what it's kind of like right now. And it's angry, really, really angry, and it shows me it has a burning hole in place of its heart, and it's a portal to, to hell, basically. It would be like a portal to hell is inside of his heart, so... Yeah, but we take this stuff seriously because we can only work with what is shared, and then let's just see what happens next, okay? So I communicate with love and compassion. And I tell him that everything is going to be okay. And I give him a hug. He is so angry. I mean, ridiculously angry. It was almost like he was trying to use jokes and pranks as a way to cover up his anger. But deep down inside, he's really, really angry. This is not necessarily the total conscious of your house. This would just be like a part of your house that needs love and nourishment. Your home can be just like a person, a very dynamic, conscious space. It's fascinating how homes can have consciousness, but they do. Everything has consciousness, and it needs as much love and healing and tenderness as we do. And when the house experiences abuse, it responds as like an abused person. Like, it feels abused, it feels broken down, it feels these ways. So whatever this conscious is, I don't know how it got here. I don't know why it feels this way. Did it come from previous owners? It very well could. It could come from anything. So we just accept it and let it be as it is, communicate as it communicates, and continue to love it. So I'm still sharing love with it. I'm giving him a hug and telling him everything's going to be okay. He doesn't fight me. He doesn't actually try to rip me apart or anything. It's all something he feels inside of himself. And I'm trying to share an orb of love and place it within his heart, and there's a weird block in his heart. And it's hard to place it within there. And there's a white flame I'm trying to place within there. It's really hard to place it within there. I'm just going to sit down here in this basement. Things are actually softening, not so like harsh and angry and trickstery in a bad way. It's starting to relax. I'm just going to sit down and just welcome the energy currents to take me to the next space that I can heal within your home. Or if I need to continue to focus on this part of the consciousness, then I will do that. Wow. I just keep seeing the words, I hate you. I just, like, here's a black screen, and then I hate you happens. I hate you. That keeps happening. Black screen, and then the letter I disappears. Hate disappears. You disappears. I hate you. It just keeps happening. Yeah, we want to talk about clear negative energy. Your house is going to be, you're going to feel a lot better in your house after this. Where is this coming from? All we can do is just take it for what it is, love it, make your house, give your house so like a real fresh refresher, okay, of energy and love and identity, okay? It's going to get worse before it gets better here. The I hate you is coming from, again, what is like a really rotted out heart portal. And it just, there's nothing. It's horrible. Like, it's actually hard for me energetically to look at the image. It really hurts my own heart portal to look at the image. It just like, it really hurts really bad. And it just keeps looking at rotted walls, like, rotted, flushed material, black and bloody walls. Like, it just really hurts inside of there. Really bad. Oh, God. Okay, so twisted, it's like a little... It's like a child that has like goat legs and pointy ears and like a little horns, like a little devil child. It's like that same trickstery energy, and it has a golden spear, and it keeps pushing the spear into the heart, and then it moves the spear around to kind of open it up, but it's so fleshy and mutilated and painful. But it's also a reflection of its own heart portal, this trickstery energy. That's how it truly feels inside. So it's actually choosing to hurt itself without admitting to it. Okay, this is going to get worse before it gets better again, okay? So we'll just keep going through the layers of the pain. And so, okay, let me see. So I'm just sort of going through that heart portal space. And... okay, I'm looking at a more disturbing reflection of the same first image I saw, which was the white walls, but this time it's like got blood dripping down. And so I'm just, like, it's like I hit the wall and I can't find my way out. I just cannot find my way out. And there's just blood dripping down the walls and I just cannot find my way out. I'm trying to find a door to get out. Is this like a real consciousness trapped inside your house? Is this like a ghost or something of that kind? I can't tell you for sure the answer to that question right now. But some part of your consciousness of your home is really in suffering, okay? And you are clearly feeling that as well, because this is pretty extreme stuff here. So there's a little bit of movement going on, because conscious of homes are kind of like conscious of people. Like, there's like soul movement. That's what I call it. So I feel like moving around a little bit, and so that's how it works. So there's a little bit of movement going on here. Gosh, this is really, it's like really like clenched really tight. And, all right, so I'm just gonna see if I can manifest a door here for these like hands that keep trying to find a way out. It's like all white pictures, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just look at the pretty white pictures. And really, we got pain and suffering on another version of the image. So we just gotta keep like inspiring change and positive change to heal, okay? The doorway, the energy currents say no, I can't manifest a doorway for this one because the doorway has to be found within their own heart. And until this one finds that the doorway is in their own heart, the doorway to freedom, the doorway out of here, they have got to learn that is inside themselves. There's no physical manifestation of a door. They're not ever going to find their way out. If you manifest a door that is the idea of a gateway to heaven, it still won't work because their learning has to be the doorways within themselves, specifically. And that's very, very important. It's like this image is like a girl with a white gown on and she's got blood on it. I'm not able to see her face. She has brown, kind of thicker hair that's like permed, or it really is that curly. It just kind of frizzy though looking. Gosh. Okay, a lot of screaming, and the knife again, and what is like the with the knife, like the horror story type scenario, and it's going straight into the heart. Oh, this is like circulating faster and faster. So it goes from trying to get out, girl with bloody dress on, white gown or whatever. So a trickster. Let me show you what's buried in the basement here. Heart portal is all disgusting looking. The doorway out is actually through the heart. So whatever, this is all interconnected. So we need to bring an understanding here about how to get to the doorway to true healthy freedom. All right. So another angry energy coming in. This angry energy is bigger than all of these other images. So it's like an angry man, and he has a really big fist, but he takes the trickster energy by the throat like a little child, puts his whole fist around his throat and picks him up by the throat, and then looks at him in the eye and then flings him up against the wall. He's been a bad boy. It's like a parental type of angry dad, but it's nothing is balanced about this at all. Angry dad is just not, that is not the right way to handle the situation. Trickster child is like playing games, but now angry dad is here throwing the child around. This girl that can't get out in the bloody white, outfit. So obviously here we're working with some like really extreme home imbalances. So let's just see what we can find out next. It's just so much noise and screaming, and it's all down below, okay? There's just like a lot of hurt in the heart, and it's just like clenching really, really tight right now. So I'm just going to relax the whole space. Everything that is shared, I really appreciate this. I'm going to go ahead and sit down. Anything else you want to tell me that we can take a look at? And then as I'm meant to, we'll start to understand more about the pieces of the puzzle. So I just wait. I just simply wait. All right. This again is another image of pain and suffering, okay? A lot of pain and suffering. I'm again in the basement-y like image where the walls are black and rotted with like rotted blood, flesh, and all that. It's just really emanates a really an unhealthy balance. There's also what is like a dungeon-esque an arms like reaching out, and there's just so much screaming. Let's like emanates pain and suffering, okay? Again, whether you have a basement or not, a human being, as human beings, we don't have basements, but yeah, we have a way of hiding our hurts inside ourselves, in our own personal closets, in our own personal basements, and sometimes really extreme hurts, because human beings have real life experiences that are extremely traumatizing, and on the energy level of things, the extremely traumatizing hurts of a human life can also look like hell spaces. So something in the energy balance of your home has been through trauma. And that could be the people that have lived in the home previously. And we don't know how many people have lived in this home, but there's definite extreme trauma energy going on here, okay? So this is in the basement of your home. This is the deepest parts of your home. It just wants you to see how beautiful the home is, but beneath the surface, it's in pain. It wants it to just be a beautiful home, but it's like it still has these storage compartments of pain. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go. I'm gonna open this door and let all of these like screaming prisoners out of this dungeon. Okay. But they never leave. In fact, they disappear, and it's a gateway or a doorway, sort of like to the dark heart portal, through the dark heart portal. Oh, this is pretty serious, Tambra. This has really got some sicker energies here. I go down this basement here, and I will say it is really bothering my upper, like not my third eye, but above my head energy. It's really like, it's starting to dissipate now. It's starting to relax now. Man, is it ever a demented thing. I don't get to run into demented things on this level very often. Okay, a demented thing. I'm okay with you. Oh yeah. It's really trying to figure me out right now. I just sort of like, I'm what I am. I say it like Popeye. I yams what I yams. That's what Popeye says. And I sort of go into his heart portal, and I just say I yams what I yams, like Popeye. And I have him eat some spinach from Popeye, and I give him a new experience in life, something sillier, something lighter hearted, something warmer. And see what he thinks about it. He says it like he's emanating. It's so dark in here I can't see, and the experience is feeling lost, and I keep going in twisted ways, and the twisted ways are not bringing me back into the light. And I'm surprised that he's right now a little bit more willing to communicate, because he was quite not comfortable energy at all to face. But he's I guess a little bit, he's shifting energetically. He's actually shifting a lot more quickly now. He's relaxing a lot more. He's not as twisted and sick feeling, energetically sick feeling. I'm just going to turn all of this into golden energy. I'm just creating a golden energy here. And I'm bringing him up and out of this place, because this air has been really stagnant, and that's not going to work. But the energy conscious says, no, Abbey, he has got to find the gateway through his own heart. You can bring him out of this world all you want, but he'll still be trapped in the same space. Because he's gone into a place of darkness to the point that he can't ever see that he's in the light, even when he's in the light, because he has to find the gateway within his own heart. So I'm going to tell him that. Let's see what he says. I tell him that I talked to heaven about everything, and I'm really glad I found you, and I'm going to tell you how to get out of here. And you can't get out of here by me just taking you to heaven. You actually have to find the gateway within your own heart. Are you okay with that? Do you understand what that means? He's there's like a really awful like a energetic congestion and a burpy bloppy like a goopy coming out of his heart. Oh God, is it ever exhausting? I say I'm really proud of you for going this far. I'm really proud of you for helping me help you, because in the end you want to find the light. I know that you do. I'm showing him a picture of the white walls that were splattered with blood and the girl with the blood on her dress. I'm showing him the little trickster boy in the basement. I'm showing him the dad that got abusive and threw the boy against the wall. I'm showing him these images. And I'm showing him how I found him here at this sort of dungeony image, and I just opened the door, and then it became a doorway, so I just walked in, and then I found you in here. That's all I know about all this stuff, but they keep telling me the same thing. I can't just manifest a doorway for you. You have to find it inside yourself. What do you say about that? God. He doesn't know how to respond just yet. Because I try to show him that he can come into this basement place, but he shows me that he'll try to get to the door, but the pathway will change. Then he'll be walking in circles in a dark sort of like pathway, and he can't see anything. I say, and again, the energy, the wisdom, the universe, heaven keeps bouncing it back. He has to go within himself. He has to go within himself. I'm going to show him how to go inside of himself. So I'm just going to say, okay, watch me do this, and then you do the same thing. So I'm going to go inside myself. And I say, inside myself, there's a ball of light. A light that is so bright and so loving and so peaceful and so happy and so sweet. And I just let that light surround me with love. And I allow myself to bask in that light. And I allow that light to be who I am, to be a reflection of who I am. And now I can remember where I came from, a place of love, a spark of inspiration, an idea, a thought. And it was always all about love. The whole time it was all about love. You too are the same. You too have a bright star inside your heart. Go into your heart. Walk into your own heart. See yourself inside your heart. And walk towards that starlight and let that starlight surround you. Let that starlight remind you of who you are. Don't resist it. Allow it to engulf you, embrace you, hold you. Take care of you. Ask the starlight to take you home. It's inside your heart. He's changing. He's crying. He's crying a lot, and when he cries, it starts to wash the mud off of him. The black goo, that it's just washing off of him. He says, help me, help me. He shows me HELP, me. He writes it. He writes, help me, help me, help me. And I say, I'm going to write it. I am helping you. I'm helping you. Love. I just write love yourself. Love yourself. I'm just writing love yourself back to him. And I write a heart. I draw a heart. And then I put a little doorway on the heart, and I draw it with a little cute little window. And I draw that, and then I create like light, images of light that comes out. And I say, love, the gateway in your heart. He doesn't want to be angry anymore. It's like he's really washing all this away. There's like a weird reaction of this dimensional space where he's trapped inside of it. It's a weird how it's reacting. It wants to scream with like screaming noises of insects and then insect crawly noises, but it never becomes full-fledged. It just kind of diminishes. And then there's like so much, it like wants to flood the place, but it never fully floods the place, and he just keeps crying. I'm almost there. We gotta just keep being patient. I say you are no longer trapped. I'm just writing it down to him. You are no longer trapped. I need you to say, I am no longer trapped. I'm writing it so he will read it. I am no longer trapped. I am no longer trapped. I am full of love. I am full of light. I am loved. I am healed. Changing things is feeling like it's drying up more. It's drying up more. Still not there yet, but it's really massive progress. Still drying up. There's actually a candlelight in here now. There's a little desk where he sits and he writes. And he can see now with the candlelight. And I tell him to draw a picture of something that matters to him. He seems to have a weird twitch, and he does something really messed up, and he like lays the candle down on the paper, and the candle starts to burn the paper and the wooden desk and everything, and he just starts to laugh, and kind of like a twisted thing happened, and like the light goes out, but it never does. It's an illusion. And I show him that he's already healing. He can't even manifest that version of pain and suffering anymore. And he can't hurt himself anymore either, because he's healing. He forgot all about that. He doesn't recall ever doing that. He's still writing as though he was writing the whole time. It's fascinating. He's writing a love story or a love poem, something of this kind. He's starting to turn into like a teenage boy. He's got kind of the 13 colonies, he's got kind of that dress about him. And, like East Coast of back in the day, he's kind of got that style of clothing on. And he's writing with a feather pen. He's writing, he wants you to know, Tambra, that there's something of his higher consciousness that there is a reason why that this house became a part of your life. We're all consciousness helping each other out, even in other dimensions. So this house is a part of your life, Tambra, so you could experience this energy field, and then so you could discover one day more about it and what's beneath the surface of it, and you could participate in healing this part of the infinite consciousness, and that you could bring light and love to another reflection of experience from another time and place that was in suffering in another dimension. So that's what he seems to be aware now of you. He seems to be aware. I don't know if that's a creepy thing or a good thing, but it feels really, 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 really good to me because it's really warm. What he's writing on the paper with a feather pen in ink to you is like a letter of love to you. To thank you. And he would like to leave his cell now. He would like to leave his cell now. And the universe nods and says that his work or his journey, his story, his experience is complete. This part of his discovery journey is complete, of his consciousness. There's a man, like a buccaneer looking older man. He has a white wig on, and he has really loud sounding big keys that connect to a really heavy metal dungeony type door, and he unlocks it and he lets this man free. And why are they down? They're in a downstairs, a basement type space, and it's dirty and soily. The man that was in the cell is actually educated. And he's allowed to come up from down below. It just fades out. Like, it's just, everything just fades out right now. And the real, or sort of like some sort of projector that goes around in a circle and it projects it up, stops turning. And it's silent right now. It's actually took me by surprise, and the silence is kind of like startling silence. It's like, whoa, wasn't prepared for it to become that silent all of a sudden. There's a feeling of emptiness right now. Your house shows me all the lights are off and it is empty inside of me. I ask the home what it wants to experience in life. I show the home a reflection of you, Tambra. And the home takes a long look at your photograph and is very patient and smiles, closes its eyes for a while, and says, I want to grow. Home feels kind of tired and worn out. Like it wants to believe in happier days. It's kind of worn out feeling, tired feeling. Okay. We're gonna do something to clear that feeling out, because it's sort of emanating that it feels like it's aged and it's like ready to pass on, like it's ready to cross over. So it's like it's gonna close its eyes and fall asleep and die in its sleep. It's that tired that it's lived a long life, and it's ready to rest in peace. Kind of like a grave, like a gravestone. So says rest in peace. There's a new energy movement going on here. Oof. Okay. So let's see what I can do to work with other consciousness of love, and so we can inspire the home to feel youthful and refreshed, rejuvenated. I'm just outside the home. It looks like a white barn, actually. It's such pretty white paint. Like, it doesn't have a single flaw. It's like perfect white paint. And it's kind of cool because it looks like a house that's a barn. And it's kind of unique in that way. I'm just sort of standing out here waiting. The home is falling asleep for a little while. It's going to take a rest. It's taking a nap right now. The consciousness is actually going to sleep. When consciousness goes to sleep, it's really in like a meditation. So we just let it meditate, which is really sleep. But it's kind of like a meditation. But it feels like it's asleep. Okay, I'm going to let that part of itself go to sleep. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to ask the energy currents, where to next? This is what I've experienced so far. What can I do to bring more energetic vibrancy, youthfulness, happiness, energy, just like energizing energy to the space? What do you have in mind? I'm shown a totally new scene. I'm on a conveyor belt and in a tiny like cube type of pathway, and I'm going on the pathway, and it's very small, and I'm a small person on some sort of object that is being moved down a conveyor belt. Okay, and it's turning a sharp left right now, turning a sharp right. And it's starting to come to a place where there's too many options and it doesn't know which pathway to choose. But it just seems like the conveyor belt forces it to go in this one direction. So it just keeps moving in the same direction. It doesn't interlink with any of the other ones. So it's just continuing to go. And the package, it's like a package, and which is really me on a thing, like some sort of plate, I don't know, but I'm falling, and it looks like a package now that's falling down, 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 and it's like information highway. So all these little conveyor belts start to look like moving, like computer information is like moving, but they've reached like the Niagara Falls of information highway, and I'm falling down like some sort of portal of information highway. It sort of looks like Matrixy, information highway, but I'm like a package falling into this node of information space. And it's dark and soily down here when I land. There's no other packages down here. I'm the only one. Wow, this place is so big. I'm a normal sized human, but I'm actually, there's a version of me that's really high up looking down, and I'm like half an inch tall, and the door down there is half an inch tall because I'm so high up. That's what the perspective is. And I see this version of me walk through this door. Whoa, that was weird and nutty and crazy. There's still like a huge energy jam going on here. I'm not allowed to see what's on the other side of the door. So I just accept that. I sit down in the air. I'm actually sitting down in the air, gravitating above, looking down below. And the door comes up to me. So I'm going to go ahead and open the door and walk through it. It's like a cellar, and it's musty and old in here. It's dry enough though, but it just I don't like the way it feels for some reason. I don't want to be down here for very long. I actually pull down a little string that turns a light, little of just your really super basic here. Light bulb goes on above my head. I don't know what to make of this right now. That's what I tell the universe. I'm looking at all around. There's the idea that there's shelves with like fruits and stuff on it, but there's no shelves. It's all mud everywhere. It's not black, it's brown. It doesn't feel evil or twisted or trickstery at all. It just feels like I'm in a cellar. I'm going to sit down again. Let's see what happens next. Okay. There's the idea of breaking down the energetic structure of the home and rebuilding it, energetically rebuilding it. And nothing feels out of alignment in this cellar. It feels just like I'm in a cellar, but it just feels like Abbey, in the human world, don't want to be in a cellar. I don't know why. I don't like spiders and spidery type places. I don't really want to go down into a place like that. And I don't know, sometimes if the smell is kind of like mustier or earthier smelling, kind of like, it just makes me feel like it's moldy, and I just don't want to breathe in air like that. There's something about it that those are the reasons why it doesn't feel right to me. Not necessarily because it's not right. It feels pretty natural, actually. And it's not showing me anything else. If I sit down in here, it wants to show me that breaking down the structure of the home and rebuilding the whole energy structure of the home would be beneficial. So I'm just going to wait, because I want to just wait that one out and see if another idea comes. I can do that, but I feel like there may be something more here in the cellar, and something I just feel like I need to wait a moment. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant a seed. I'm just manifesting a really big seed in my hand. And I just dig into the earth and I plant it in here in this cellar. And then I'm just closing the ground up. Let's see. I'm placing white candles, like with beautiful white flames, in all four corners of this space. I'm creating the image of a rainbow and clouds that are raining down upon this space. And it's opening it up. It feels like a mental body that's breaking down and dissolving. I see a man now sitting down outside in the pouring rain, and it rains so intensely that the ground is so saturated in water. It feels like even the grassier areas are turning to mud, like everything is turning to mud. He wants to be happy, he says. So I'm just going to go ahead and dry it all up. The idea that the sun is coming out and everything is drying up now. It's a clear blue sky. Let's see what he does. That feels better. A lot better. I tell him the story about the cellar and the seed that I planted. And when I created a rainbow and the rain, it manifested this space with you in it. So I'm letting the sun come out, and I tell him that there's a tree that is going to grow here for him. And this tree is a really special gift from Mother Earth, from heaven, from Tambra, from myself, from all the angels, archangels, like from God, like everybody is giving this gift to you today. This gift of love. Something weird, he's struggling to access the love of the tree. In one image, he sees it as an apple tree, and he eats an apple off of the tree, and then he gets kind of a psychotic inspiration, and he just starts like using the apple as like a tool to beat into the tree. He just keeps hitting the tree with his apple over and over and over again. But it doesn't do anything to the tree. It's not like an axe or anything. I'm not really sure why he's doing that. I'm asking him what he thinks about this image. Does this relate to you? I show him on a photograph, and I ask him if this image relates to him, of himself beating the tree with an apple. And I say, what do you make of this? He says, he starts to become two people. One person is patient and full of love, and one person is sort of that sporadic psycho inspiration. I say, I need you to face yourself. And I need you to look into your own eyes. And I need you to bring healing to that side of yourself right now. This is going to take a little bit of time. I create a mirror, and inside the mirror is a reflection of this like wild hair version. This like kind of turns into an angry, like just does something random that's just not a good idea. And then the other version of himself is eating an apple, and then in the reflection, the other part of him is the twisted side is eating an apple, and spits the apple out into like a black like goo against the mirror at his own like angelic reflection. And I tell him, the angelic side, I say, you need to love yourself. You need to simply love yourself. He seems like he feels like he is owned or possessed by the dark side of himself. Like, and we're not back in the old cellar again. we're making progress here with this one. Just a new layer. Things are feeling hugely improved, even with this image here. Lots better. He's just having a hard time really letting go of this. I say, I want you to walk into the mirror, and I want you to give a gift to this darker side of yourself. I want you to show him that he is standing out by a beautiful apple tree, and that you are here with him as an angel, helping him through the difficult times of his life, as a higher self, so to speak. And to get him acquainted with his heart portal. The darker side is sitting down by an apple tree, and is starting to feel the heart that sort of looks like a healthy red apple is starting to notice that he has a heart. It's like nobody would take the time to help this man. And he seems to have like a schizophrenia, but like a side that just loses its mind and does something just really not right. But then comes back to like an angel side again. So it's just kind of a flip-floppy, like a two-faced guy, you know? Like in the Batman comics, but he's like, he has this dark side and this light side. It depends, we don't know which one he's going to use, kind of thing. But right now, his lighter side is like a higher self angelic guide, and his darker side is learning about the heart he has within himself. A lot of black goo is seeping out of his heart portal from the back side. He echoes like being in a mental institution, like behind a locked door where everybody was safe from him. He echoes like images of the Joker, like the Batman Joker. I tell him he's not in that life anymore, and he needs to let go of it and move on and explore a new identity. He's really relating to this conversation. He's doing a great job. He's made so many really amazing improvements so far. There's an angel that comes and holds his hand, and we're seeing the angel and this man walk into a bright white light. The apple tree is still standing, here, and it glows a golden color, and then the apples are really intensely red in color. They're all healthy apples. Every single one is. And no, none of them have like worms or any bugs in them. They're all extremely healthy apples. That's literally, it's like the most beautiful tree I've ever seen. Like the most like beautifully shaped and beautiful apples. Like there's so many apples on this tree as well. And the roots go deep into the earth. And they show the house and the energy currents, all everything is showing me that like what would be the basement or the cellar or whatever, this seed with this tree is growing in another version, and it's expanding throughout the house, and the tree is absorbing any negative energies, and it's growing and thriving off of all the negative energies. And the tree inspires with its own consciousness of love, all of the windows to be open and the fresh breeze to blow in. Even the door is open. All the doors are open. The white barn house that was asleep is waking up and saying, "Whoa, what's going on here? Wow, why do I feel refreshed? Why do I feel something?" It's like a minty clean mouth. It's sort of like acting like it has a minty clean mouth right now. It's like, wow, something minty clean is happening to me, and I like it. It feels really good. I tell the house, you're being reborn today. We've helped to heal that consciousness. I really needed some serious love and attention. I'm showing the house consciousness that just woke up everything I have seen thus far, and how all of that is all in the light right now, processing. And what is happening right now is all the windows and doors are open, and there's a fresh breeze blowing in. And there's a big golden tree with lots of apples on the tree within you. You're not empty anymore. You're full. You're full of thriving, growing life, Mother Earth energy, fresh breeze. It's wonderful. This is all also circulating in the mental body of the home. Like, it feels very refreshing. The home is starting to wake up and stretch in a way. And it's starting to kind of walk around and experience life again. And it really likes the color yellow. Like, well, it just likes the bright sunny color. And it's showing me yellow. And it makes it feel awake and alive, like the sun in the morning. It really loves this. And so the golden tree is like glowing, and there's a bright sunny day in the upper parts of the home that are shining down onto the lower parts of the home. Like it's all sunny inside your home right now. It's really, really great. And the tree, energetic tree, loves it too. We're creating like a whole cycle of life going on in here. Sunny days is really what it likes, though. Let's see. All right. There's a little bit of a wiggle worm here that is unhappy, and instantly appears and closes all the doors and the windows and wants it to be dark in here. And is angry that we opened the house up. Give me a moment here. I gotta shift gears. I'm going to sit down for a minute. I'm just not going to pay attention to that, and I'm just going to close my eyes and ask the energy currents what I can do to bring balance to that part of the consciousness that keeps really resisting just the consistency of light and love. Okay, an angel comes and we repeat the same image. An angel comes and holds this man's hand and creates a starlight, and the man walks into the starlight. That feels a lot better again. Wow. It's like a cord is being cut. So he doesn't feel like an attachment to the home anymore. So again, all of the light is shining in, and the breezes are blowing, and the sunlight is on the inside, and the tree is growing. That feels good. There's grasses growing on all the floors, flowers. I'm having bells ringing and gong sounds playing. I'm just staying with it here. This feels really, really nice. I'm imagining your home is stretching, its legs and its arms is feeling ready for a fresh new day. It's feeling energized. I'm having this conscious jumping up and down, like, it's going to do its like morning aerobics routine or something of this kind. So it's kind of getting the blood flowing and the heart pumping, and it feels really, really good. Yeah, that feels good. And it's just starting to get more active, energetically active with positive energy. Okay. Whew. Wow. That was quite an experience. And you never know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates in Forrest Gump. Well, you're going to notice a definite shift in the way things are feeling in your home, okay? That was pretty intense. I'm still a little out of it right now. I'm just coming back to my senses here. I'm really glad that you got this session with me. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how things are feeling as the days pass. So for those of you watching, if any of you are interested in exploring a psychic session with me, please visit me at my website at heavynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you all a wonderful day.